I grew up on welfare and food stamps. My mom received welfare and food stamps at critical points in my childhood. And as a result, I had food security and enough. We never went without housing because my mom was able to get some housing help as well. And so we remained housed and fed while she put herself back to school, got a job that was able to sustain us, and then put us into the middle class. And ever since, both me and my three siblings have been productive, healthy members of society. What the federal and state level governments did was they invested in my siblings and I when we were children, and now we have grown up to be healthy, productive members of society. It was an investment. In fact, I'm the only one of my siblings that makes well under six figures, and actually they make well over six figures. All of my siblings are very, very wealthy, and so they pay a lot into the tax system now. What I don't think people understand is when you don't help people at that critical stage of life, you end up paying for them either way. Because paying for people who are in and out of prison, paying people who are dealing with the justice system in terms of public defenders, or even paying people who end up growing to be very unhealthy adults dealing with addiction, in and out of hospitals, the way Medicare and Medicaid have to cover so many things, or hospitals have to be reimbursed by the state for attending to people in emergency rooms who are in a constant state of trauma and cycle abuse and crisis, is expensive. We pay for it either way. It's just that in this case, for 2 to 3 years, while my mom was getting on her feet, the state invested in my family. And ever since now, they have reaped hand over fist what they invested in us, because my mom and all 4 of my siblings have now been paying into that system robustly. But had I been homeless, or had I not had enough food, I don't know that it would have gone the way it went. We all became very good students. We all became very high functioning adults. And that is the story of the majority of people, the vast majority of people that receive this type of social support system. We also received Pell Grants, which comes from the Department of Education, which made it possible for my siblings and I to be educated, to get the jobs that they now have. One of my brothers also is a veteran, and also used what's the name of that benefit veterans receive for college? Anyway, that's how he paid for his nursing degree, is now an APRN. Other federal and social programs that actually still benefit my family. I'm in a normal family. My husband's a social worker. For a long time, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I don't know if you know this, but the United States of America is not a place where you can really survive in a family on one income. We have mostly just barely gotten by until my school district started offering school-free lunches. And you might be like, wait, you're a middle class family, just barely making it. You can afford a school lunch. We could. At the time, we were still making our kids lunch every day. But when we erased that bill and we stopped paying times 4 kids, buying the several $100s worth of groceries every month that went to our school lunches, we actually became able to save, and actually properly saving for retirement, which once again is an investment in the future, not only for me and my own husband, but also for the way our children will benefit from our presence of being able to retire and then potentially help them with their kids or with their lives in our retirement, because we won't be constantly broke or constantly working. That social program meant for people in acute poverty is also helping people at the lower and middle levels of income as well. It's an investment. It helps people like me who are working, who are hardworking, but also need a leg up. So the next time you hear people disparaging social programs, you need to understand that you're literally talking about me. So that I should be the face of what you picture. When you picture what are social programs helping in America, my face should be the first thing that pops into your mind.